This time on Low Boost, we put together the front drive accessories on our 1953 Ford F100 pickup truck. If you guys are new to the channel, my dad and I have been restoring a 1953 Ford F100 pickup truck. We did an entire restoration on the car and sent it out to LL Customs to have them do the body work, and we swapped an engine in it out of the 6-cylinder that was in it, a 351 Windsor. We did a lot of work so far, but we have a lot more to go. Today we're going to install the front drive accessories on the 351 Windsor. Here we go. My dad and I were having a really hard time getting all of the pulleys and everything to line up on this accessory kit that we got, and we didn't know why. And come to find out that Ford, and sometimes they were really knuckleheads when they made these things, the water pump spun different directions depending on which model year you got and depending on which part of the year you got the model. So the drive kit that we got actually spun the wrong way, and all of these accessories here are basically useless, and so we're actually going to list them for sale. Nothing lined up, the power steering pump, the alternator, nothing lined up correctly, so we actually are going to get rid of all that. And we went to CVF and got a brand new full billet style, and instead of piecing parts together like we did, we just got the full kit with the correct water pump, alternator, power steering pump, and everything else to go on it to mount up everything, and it's going to look really great when it's done. So if you're looking at doing this kind of stuff, really verify the parts that you have, not even to the year, but almost to the month that your engine is, because some of these parts are just not going to work, and you don't want to be buying a ton of different parts to try to piece things together. So it is better to just buy one kit and get it right once. CVF was a really great company to work with. They have a wide selection of parts for no matter what different type of restoration you're doing. That power steering pump you see actually is going to be different from some other ones that you're going to see, primarily because we had to get a Saginaw power steering pump because our power steering rack is out of a Ford Crown Victoria. So when you have a custom job like this, they're really good at helping you find the perfect specific parts for your application. And this billet bracket that goes on the front of this thing really looks nice and dresses up the front of the engine really, really well. I think this thing is going to come together really nice. Alright, so now we went out and just got all new stuff, and I'll put a link to this stuff in the description below. Instead of just piecemealing stuff together, we've got a whole billet front bracket piece here that has the AC compressor on it, idler pulley, different crank pulley, and everything else for the water pump and our alternator. So really this is how it's going to look. Everything is super clean. We've got the spark plug wires on there as well. We just got to finish the fuel system out and then start wiring some stuff in here. And then we'll get our wire for the distributor to go in as well. And then this thing should fire up. We still have to finish the fuel lines, and we got to do brake lines, and then the thing should run under its own power. We're going to do some transmission controller stuff too, which with this transmission, we have to disarm. That's the transmission controller right there. And then we have to just either make our own linkage, or maybe mid-50s might have something to actually make that linkage work out. But once we get that, this should run and drive. If you're new to the channel, in addition to the Ford F100 build we're doing, we're also doing a 1966 Ford Mustang 302 swap as well. We also have a full build series on my C5 Corvette that is turned into a track car, as well as my 1994 BMW E36 Turbo LS swap. I have over 50 episodes on how to do this swap yourself and full-on parts reviews as well. I also do different car reviews for cars that are coming out, so if you're into this kind of stuff, consider subscribing. Alright, so since, like I said, we had to get a different fuel pump, we drilled 2 holes in the frame, small ones, and mounted up the bracket they gave us with the fuel pump. Now, here's the thing. I'm going to try it, as they say, with the wiring. They said the regular wiring straight from the harness of the fuel pump is more than enough current. But if I do run into any problems with this, I think my first thing I'm going to do is actually double down on what I'm thinking and put a dedicated relay for a fuel pump right to this. That way I know I have constant amperage going to the pump at all times. But Vitek did say this should suffice, so we're gonna try this first and then see how it goes. So in the next episode, we're going to continue on building out and finishing the rest of the fuel system for the truck. Got to get a different hat and some different fuel lines, and we were just waiting on parts to come in with the holiday season here, so everything's kind of pushed back a little bit, so I had to cut this video short. But if you're interested in following along, make sure to hit the subscribe button, make sure to hit the notification bell to stay up to date on all these uploads, because we are continuing to work on the truck as well as the Mustang and get them running and driving before the springtime hits. So thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.